starting up this time of night.
Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm glad you stopped by. I'm Dn't, and this is The Vibe. This is going to be a really short video. Hi my family, hi my friends, hi my subs and newbies. Leave me a comment telling me what you think. Be honest though. Okay, so it's short because where have I been? I had a whole agenda that I was just going to bang, 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 a schedule, making videos and pacing myself, because in the past I've been known to be a workaholic. I'm set on a goal and I don't stop until I achieve it. Having said that, some of you know that I've been in this accident that changed my whole life, so it has slowed me down physically immensely. So I'm looking at videos nowadays. Not only am I looking at videos, I talk myself into making videos, because what I have to say is for the better of mankind. And who says this besides me? I was told to say it. You'll find that in one of my videos, or maybe I should make a video. I believe I mentioned it. It was when I was living in a convent in Europe, in Italy. And I believe that's the first time that I saw Jesus. Well, I'm looking at Jesus or Michael. You know, I mean, I could be wrong. But the reason I don't think I am wrong is because in Scripture, in one of the books that combine, or the Bible, it describes his voice like many waters. And it has life. Literally, it has life. It's nothing that, you know, which is really sad, because we do know this, okay, but we don't practice it, and we don't have as much of an opportunity, because as soon as we're born, nowadays, you're born into it. You're born into the system. Okay, so where did I go? Where did I go with all this gibber? And no cooking. Fire! Fire, 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 fire. Some of you know that I live in BC. And I do live in BC. Right? And we had fires out of control. Out of control. Towns were burnt up, hectares, and just homes, and just, it was absolutely terrible, terrible, terrible. So much has been burned, and so many homes and lost. And of course, there's the devastation, the impact that people now have to work through. 1 minute you've got your life all nice and stable, and you worked really hard, and you bought this nest, you put your feet up, and you're saying, okay, I worked for this, I've done the right thing by my children, my partner, and myself. It should be a time where you're reaping some of your rewards. And then all of a suddenly, out of nowhere, fire, 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 fire. One of my grandchildren is so traumatized that every time they hear it, they look at me, and I'm like, it's okay, it's okay, it's all good, it's all good. And so what I'm doing is teaching them the sounds of different motors, because it's good for them to know this, to become familiar with machines. And yeah, I don't really want to go there, not here, not now. It's just like way too public, so I keep things like that to myself. But I will say there is one, well actually two, three. We say it comes in threes. That I had seen that, you know, like the whole thing, I'll tell you a secret, it was in there. The whole thing has been altered and removed because if it was left in there, they wouldn't have the control over the people. And I'm going to say very boldly, they were atheists. I can say that. I'm not prejudiced. You do what you do. You know, I do what I do. And I pray and meditate on the best for this world. I'm not an idiot. I don't want to live in this world all by myself. That'd be really friggin', like, what would be the point of being alive? Being the only person. No. No. So where we are right now, it's moving in closer and closer and closer. And I had in oh jeepers, oh wow, it was a few years ago anyway, maybe 15 years ago. Where is it? No, not 15, but 10. Between 10 and 15, I guess I would have to sit down and go through the years. And I always do it by how old one of my children was then. And that way, I mean, all mothers, I know that you do it as well. You know, you get going and your day is just from the moment you open your eyes, it's full to go. You know, so your eyes are still closed and you know, and gentlemen, where you go straight to the kitchen and before, you know, one eyelid is permanently open, you put the coffee on. Because it's going to be the grease that you need to open up the other eye. Okay. So, fire. And like I said, as this video is happening, it is getting closer. I like to joke around. But in all seriousness, you know, I'm gonna actually begin to explain to people. You know, some people don't know what to make of my humor. They really don't, and it's comical to myself. I'm laughing at my own jokes, but when I tell you the day of birth, you'll understand it. And it is nothing that I've chosen. It is just a part of me. A part of who I am. Right? And that's my way of coping and existing in my present lifetime. You gotta work with it. It's all a juggle. Right? Every day we wake up to it, like I said. Go. And I was going somewhere with this, and then for whatever reason, I start channeling, and I detect negativity, and you know, whenever I pause like that, that's what's actually going on. You know, a swirl of things. I don't get bothered, we'll say. Very, 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 very rarely do I get bothered. And the reason is because I know the truth. I know how it works. I've been shown the truth. Yeah. And it's up in here. You can't unsee what you've seen. And a lot of people say this, You can't unsee what you've seen. And that is very applicable to my life. So where have I been? I've been in the Ring of Fire. That's a really good song, Johnny Cash. Yeah, Man in Black, gotta love him. He had all heart. That's really good. Glad that he found righteousness and God and through his music he was able to express to us, his fans, and to God, saying, okay, that's a pretty dirty habit, I kicked it. It was terrible. But you're a human being, so at one point in time or another, you are going to meet yourself. You will have that inner argument with yourself as to, what the score is. You can't lie to yourself. You can run. Good luck. Every time you look in the mirror, right there with you. Not going anywhere. Only the shadow knows. I remember that. It's pretty good. Okay, so that's where I've been. So I'm going to say I'm back. There's still fires. They're still creeping in, and they really are. They really, 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 really are. So I am being attentive, and I'm being extremely serious. I have to wonder sometimes, how is it like that I experience certain things? I mean, ultimately, I think, okay, when I die, I can say, hey, look at my diary. Some of the shit, burn it. Burn it. Just burn it. No one's seeing that. Just burn the effing thing. Get rid of it. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Because I've been given the truth and the opportunity. Yeah. To accept the truth for what it was. There's Thomases, doubting Thomases. We have to feel it. We have to see it. We're looking for tangibility as a species, and living by a faith or a belief system is the invader wanting to upheaval a system that, if everybody applies, they're getting rid of a great deal, so they say. Everybody on an even level, except for them and the populace worldwide, right? So don't come for me, because I really seriously believe that I would be able to call and cry out, and I have the belief system that one or the other or a few would come and would lift me. I've asked this for myself and my children, and whom I've loved. We have to keep a open mind and have an open perspective, and the bottom line really is you step into reality, because now they're giving you scientific proof. It's no longer a possible theory. It's no longer something that hasn't been tested and true. It's no longer, the sayer soothing the tooth. Right? That's right. That's right. So, on that note, I'm going to say, keep it real. Keep it real. It is just the darndest thing. But this pedal to the metal we are all a part of it. We are all a part of it. And I'll tell you something else. I'm going to make, I have to check it out, my past videos. I can't remember if it would be the second or the third. I think maybe the third video regarding Noah. And what that is going to entail is what does that mean? Because it's so broad. You know, you have so much to pick and choose from, right? But it's when you go in here, it's when you get to in here. That's the one. That is the one. What makes you tick? You know, what makes you happy? Yeah. And we will get it, because we will be put in a position where we don't have a say. It is the way that it is. That's it. You know? And I don't want to be the first. I know. You don't want to be the first. I'm sure there's a lot of us that want to be last. Or just not here. While that's happening, you know? Have I earned enough merits? Did I have enough obstacles that I overcame, that I have earned? I have learned what my experiences mean and what they mean to me, what they are, who they are. And everybody enjoys having their mind blown every once in a while. To actually see something that you were so dead sure was just dead, non-existent, nothing, nada, no hope, bury, and then poof, come to life. So it is like that. It is like that. You know, people need to be wise to this. There's patterns. Are you easily sold? Are you easily sold? And that's the scary thing. You know, I don't like to do business with the devil. I don't like to do business with the devil. It ain't going to happen. Not here, not now, not tomorrow, not in decades, not in millenniums. It's not going to happen. That I know that. And I learned this is in this lifetime and in past lives. I'm telling you, this is exactly what I have learned. Yes. So, I share a birthday with Jim Carrey, and I share a birthday with Betty White. So I'm right smack in the middle of them, I think. You know, I think. But we all have the same birthdays. And I totally get it. That burst of, you get to a certain point that you understand you need to be enjoying life right here, right now. This is why we incarnated. There is experiences that have to take place if it hadn't been worked through. It's kind of like you know, it's like going through a system. You know, you go through something, stop, check, check, check. You go through another thing, oh, check, 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 check. And then as you're getting out, they check everything again, check, right? Right to the very end. And so it is very much like that. But, in the process of it being like that, what is really going on is you're being sized up. You're being sized up. And the reason I say this is because of the year. I mean, 5 is very predominant. And it is also a number of building. And this building is everywhere from the heart, the mind, the physical, the spiritual, the material. You know, you have that card, you've got that constant flow in business. That's a very good card, particularly for business. And if you seek that vibration, or you understand that is what you need to achieve, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend that you just take the time out and, you know, come to that place that apparently seems to be so difficult to achieve. And I call bullshit. I really do. This whole like I don't want to be ignorant. I don't want to sound ignorant. Okay? And I don't want to sound like I'm a holy moly and a holy roller. You don't want to do that. But I know that I've been given the truth. I know this. Trust that your actions right now are still going to ripple out, as it were, if it hit water. Those actions, that ripple effect is still going to happen. What the purpose of this karmic energy would be is, I've always said it, it's like playing pool. You understand the steps that the individual needs to take, and you help them understand it, and not only understand it, but awaken to the fact that they're super confident. They get it. They got it. They do. Even if they were like, shit day, bad day, just bad day. Are you doing the right thing? Should you even bother? You know, like there's things all around it that make it so difficult to, you know, throw yourself into or even acknowledged, you know, because that's a whole other, and that is management. It's a management department of any business, right? So it is finally getting to a point where there's a lot of questions. A lot. There's 4 different times that I see definitely, maybe 5, I see definitely, okay, we as a consciousness have to come to one understanding, and that is for us to forgive all and ask that our sins are washed away, and we too begin all. Because once that's done, it doesn't come back. So in other words, you know, I die, I know I'm not going to heaven as a fuck up. I couldn't make it, plainer. I couldn't. And I'm not going to change my personality because I speak to all classes. Because everybody should have this knowledge. Everybody should. Everybody should. So, we look at where we are in the here and in the now. And I'm going to say, last year was a year of conquering. And this year, first half has been very nervous. A lot of nervousness. A lot. Some are feeling fortunate enough that are going to throw it. And by throwing it, you bruise it, you break it, you rip it. And not only am I talking about a work of art, but I'm talking about a reputation that has been built for hundreds and thousands of years. And it has withstood time. It has withstood army after army after army and war after war after war after war. Now, we weren't there in the time of war, but I would think that a Britain having gone through that, or wanting to go through that, I got thrown off. I'm gonna say, to have the magic, and that magic, the root of that magic is LOVE, where it's coming from. The boss upstairs, and I want you to bank on this. If you feel what it is that I'm saying and describing, I want you to bank on it. I have learned through time that there will be messages that just come out, and they come from here. And I understand that I'm only here to deliver it. Now, some people might go, then you're possessed with a spirit. And I'm going to say, no. No. This is my spirit. And why it feels like that is because the older I got, I gained memory. And I believe that it was because I had to hit maturity. So emotionally and psychologically, I would not feel beaten up or violated or scared, frightened, fearful beyond not, there being no understanding. And this is the fact of the matter. It really is, and I do have to make a video specifically about that. And that is, and what my goal is, why the videos, is I want you to tap into yours. Frequency matters. Very interesting. I just learned that in Cuba, in Moscow, and allegedly all three, China, there's this buzz, and then I'm talking about Havana, I guess, this buzzing sound, and they're wondering, is this a weapon? Now, the sound in itself, I could barely listen to it. Like, a couple of seconds and I needed to turn it off because it hit a certain level of my brain from within my ear, and I instantly sensed that this is just not good and not good for you. respect your inner knowledge, respect what you do, respect the relationships you have around you and the people that you have around you that you choose to want to be a part of, you want to interact, and have a happy, unbiased life. And that is living in the here and now. And seeing it for what it really is. And that is a gift. It is a gift. It is a gift. It is a gift. When you take all the meaning out of it, and you take all the feeling out of it, and you take all that emotion out of it, thoughts also go with it. Then there's divide. And I just can't and don't understand that concept. I've narrowed it down to, I would rather have the hugs. I would rather have the affection. I don't want to know about beep-bop, ba-loop-bop. Okay, I'll let you take it from there. I don't want to do that. I don't want to deal with that headache. I'm going to trust that everything is equally balanced. And that also includes, like I said, relationships with people that I have in my life. And I'm suggesting that people as a whole, this should be a part of an agenda that they set up for themselves. And that is, and this is what, I guess, Marco Windsor, this is what she's gained. This is a part of, it coincides with a certain actions that when you are an aristocrat or you are royal in any way, or you are very close to, and I don't know, Megan said it was what, I don't know, American, God knows, I don't know, something or other, I don't get it. I know that I would love to give them both a reading, I know that much, because I've been receiving so much information for years, and this really is something that they would really benefit from. Now, like I said, I chose myself, and that is because I know how honest I am. Some people say I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. Well, reality is that once you're there, it is forever. For it is forever. It's written in what they call the Akashic books. And that is your actions, your intentions, your thoughts, your deeds, your desires. What did you do? Or when you knew this, and this should have been what you've already learned spiritually. And recognize that is what holds you back. That is. So the quicker we learn to understand that we need to embrace, and I'm going to call them what they are to me, and that is mistakes. That's exactly what they are. And it is so appropriate. It really is appropriate. I'm not an idiot. I'm far from an idiot. And I know it's data after data after data after data, more data that is collected. And it is to hone in on, and like I said, it was in one of my videos, you're going to have to check. Where one gentleman said to the other gentleman, shh, don't think it. people were killed for less. They can hear you. They can hear us, was actually what he said. Not they can hear you. They can hear us. Yeah. And I was freaked out. At first, I was really freaked out. I was like, I instantly thought, is this ancient China? That's what I thought. My very first, when I came into that time. And I guess jump. I don't know what you want to call it. Oh jeepers, where was I going with this? Anyway, you keep that mission intact. So when you reincarnate, that mission incarnates with you because it's a part of you. You keep it intact. And when you jump back into that time, because this is something that you want to experience or something that you want to know, and I also know, I mean, it works both ways. Some is don't want to do the work. Some is they're tired of doing the work. Some is hee-haw, and some is ha-he. Out of the park. So my next video here is going to be about the times, and the very first video, it's going to be, this was a lot longer than I anticipated. I guess I missed you guys, and I'll be really honest, I did. I really felt that I just needed to share, and this is where I come to share. That's the truth, the whole truth. Yeah, I practice what I preach, and that is keeping a distance, and having that in my head, that understanding in my head, not because I know what's up. Keep it in the now, but in keeping it in the now, be happy that you're in the now, in the moment, because tomorrow isn't promised. An hour from now is not promised. A minute is not promised. And this is one that has had wicked heart attacks. Like, I mean wicked. Like, I don't want to have them anymore. And I've got this constant into here. And I really think that is there due to a lack of growth within me and around me. And it hurts because I can see things flourish. And they are going to flourish. Yeah, either way. Like everybody else in life. It doesn't really so much bother me. I'm a Capricorn. I'd rather be sure-footed. And I'm not always so quick just to throw myself out there and hee-haw, stick it to your grandma kind of thing. But I do love my friends, and I'm overdue to sit around and drink a couple of bottles. And and she is a sweetie. She will always be a sweetie. Always. I've known her as well as I've known Patty a few years before that. Like, when I mean a few, I'm talking like 8. A few. But she knows her too, and it's hooked up with her again, and I thought, how fantastic. I really, as adults, want to sit around and, okay, share, let's talk. What did you experience in life, and where are you at this age, in the here and in the now? And, what happened to who, and who is who, and who is where, not just who is who. right? Because we were all kids. We were all kids. And I think a great group of kids, because we never set up to go out there and cause problems or break windows or none of that stuff. As you know, we were anti all of that. You know, for us it was Hot Wheels and music, school, and parties. I mean, that was life, and all the vehicles. You know, they were in car shows. I mean, just beautiful. Ay, caramba. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I've had some nice pieces. I've just never had the setup to set myself up that way. I've got one Mercedes left, and that one is my keeper. Yeah. Yeah. Because I was shown. I need to, you know, I know the better. Now, I say to myself, okay, you know, because I did ask, and the response was, well, do you see any high rises that would fall on you, that would hit you? No, but that doesn't mean the ground beneath me isn't going to crack. And a good part of it is ice and salt water. And so, you know, it is really adapting to a real strange diet. And I don't know, you know, I know that there is a few out there that do know that diet, that, you know, I don't want to be ignorant. I don't want to sound ignorant. I'm not saying every human being. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that it's not the norm. You know, unless you are from, you're a northerner. You know, the further you're north, the more it makes sense. You know, I'm being squeamish because, you know, I mean, to a degree. First and foremost, my base is thank you, God, for the fact that we live. Thank you for keeping us safe and keeping us together. What is the next step? Where do we go from here? And the reason being, we'll talk about that in another video as well. But has it been absolutely crazy? Crazy, 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 crazy. Well, there's a couple little stories going off. You know, they're like little hairs. And each of them has its own trail, its own thread. I'll sit and think about it because I have to be eloquent about it. And, but you know, if there's a will, there's a way. And so I'll do that. So I'm back. That's where I've been. If I just fall off, again, off the map, and I don't pop up, I got myself out of the ring of fire. I'm gonna be probably on the road. And so, if I'm not on, I will talk at you soon. And I'll talk with you soon. Okay, you know how it goes. Just don't give me one of these. Oh no, give me one of these. Don't give me one of these. That's all I ask. And that's it. Be nice. Be kind. And it'll go far. You'll go far. Absolutely. Would I lie to you? Would I lie to you?